What's up, this is Hugo for Retro Electric. So you've just bought your computer, or maybe you've built one from one of my build guides, which can be looked at the top right. But either way, you've built your computer, maybe you've already got a screen, you've already got the mouse, but you're looking to pick up a keyboard. Well, I've put together a list of 5 keyboards of varying price ranges, so hopefully you can find one that suits your budget. Also remember that these keyboards are not in any specific order because they are quite varying in price range, so just keep that in mind when I'm going through this list. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. So first on our list is the Razer BlackWidow Chroma. This is really targeted to people who care about the looks of their computer. I'm not really one of those people, but if you are, this keyboard's great for you. It's got 16.8 million colors on the backlighting. It's got 5 programmable keys like you'd expect, and Razer's software is pretty good. It's also got audio in and out, which is not something you see on every keyboard, so you can plug directly into the keyboard rather than plugging into your computer. Remember though, all of these features do come at a cost. It is $166 to pick up from Newegg. Another keyboard I've chosen is the Logitech G910 Orion Spark keyboard. Similar to Razer, it has the 16.8 million color backlit. It's got 9 programmable buttons instead of 6, and it's also a silent keyboard, so some may like that, some may not, but you're not going to get that clicky sound when you press down. So it's good for if you're going to be game streaming, you don't want your audience to hear every time you're moving your keys, which could be quite a lot. But also, you know, some people like the feel that they get from that, so it's really a judgment call on that one. But the Logitech G910 Orion Spark comes in at $132. Moving right on, we've got another Logitech keyboard. It's the G105. It's quite a bit cheaper than the G910. It's just $48 on Newegg. It's backlit, but only one color. You can choose between, I think, green, red, blue. It's got 6 programmable buttons, so you know you still got that customizability. And it's also got something called the game mode switch, which I won't get into in too much detail, but basically what it does is it turns off annoying things like Alt-Tab. So if you're in the middle of a multiplayer game, especially, you're not going to jump onto the keyboard and miss that game-winning kill. So that can be very useful, and it could be a reason to buy this keyboard for many people. Anyway, it's $48 from Newegg, so on the cheaper side. So now for a mechanical keyboard, I've got the SteelSeries Apex M800. This is a mechanical keyboard, so I thought I had to include a couple of these keyboards on my list because they are, in my opinion, better than normal keyboards. It's got many different illumination modes. So SteelSeries does this thing where you can program in your computer, say if you want to have it so you press down a key, then the key can actually light up in any color you want, or you can have it like a strobe effect on your keyboard, or you can have like a rainbow going from left to right on your keyboard. It's really pretty cool actually. You can have it ripple out from where you press. A lot of different customization options on this keyboard. It's also got macro keys like a lot of other keyboards on this list, but where it changes things up is it has different profiles. So you can choose a profile for different games. So you could say, I want to have this profile for Fallout 4, which means all of my macro keys will do different things. Or, you know, then I'll switch it up when I'm playing Battlefield. I want to have a different profile so I can have my macro keys do different things. Anyway, all of this functionality does come at a cost. This is the most expensive keyboard on our list at $180. Finally on our list, we've got the Corsair Vengeance K70 keyboard. It's a mechanical keyboard, similar to the previous one. It's got Cherry MX brown keys, but you can change them if you want to. It's got brushed aluminium finish, so you know some will like that, some won't. It's really a personal thing. It's got a very nice big wrist rest on the bottom, so your hands hopefully won't get as tired. And it's also got software buttons up the top, so you have like play, pause, fast forward, rewind, that kind of thing, volume buttons. So if you're doing a lot of multimedia work, this keyboard could be good for you. I should also point out that Corsair does offer a backlit version of this keyboard, the Corsair Gaming K70 RGB, but take into consideration that that is about $50 more. So if you think that's worth spending the extra cash on, then go right ahead. But The Corsair Vengeance K70, the one we've been talking about, goes for just under $120 on Newegg. So there you go, that's my 5 favorite gaming keyboards from all different price ranges. Remember, however, that most people don't actually need a gaming keyboard. I mean, professional gamers will swear by it, and they're right to swear by it because they do need it. They do need that response time, the anti-ghosting, the everything that these advanced keyboards have. But if you've just spent maybe $400 on a gaming computer, no one's going to expect you to, lash out and spend $180 on your brand new Razer Chroma 6 billion, It's really not something you need. Remember that you can pick up keyboards really cheap from Microsoft and even eBay for $10 to $20 that'll get the job done just fine until you're ready to upgrade. Anyway, with that said, that wraps up our guide. I hope you got something out of it. Maybe you could leave a comment if you want to see different keyboards on the second list that I do in the near future. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this, please consider subscribing and consider leaving a like. Remember, subscribing doesn't cost you a cent, but it helps me out in more ways than you can imagine. Anyway, I've been Hugo for Retro Electric. Thank you for watching.